world is imploding and I can't sleep anymore. The United States has held everything together for over a century now. After multiple cynical attempts, the worst of human nature has finally prevailed here. What nobody wants to see is that all of the institutions that provided our cultural foundation have been devastated to the point where they are probably beyond repair. The Christian church is effectively dead, having prostituted itself to supposedly liberal but essentially atheistic reforms that eliminate personal responsibility in every aspect of life. This corrosion has cancelled the meaning of law, the purpose of education, the aspirations of the republic designed by our founding fathers, the integrity of the economic system which did so much for so long to raise the national standard of living. The professions of science and medicine descended into a realm of hoaxes and raw political power grabs. The character and ability of the military charged with defending the nation faded away. The entertainment and publishing industries mere advertisements for sin and solipsism, our electoral process a bought and paid for sham, and the Bill of Rights which protected individual liberty for 244 years dying by degrees every day. All of these vital components of the greatest, richest, and most benevolent nation in human history lie in ruins all around us. I can't sleep because I can see the why and how of what is happening. We are hurtling into a new dark age which will probably kill billions before any real rebuilding can begin. As the United States founders and suicidally reduces itself to third world status, the various hells America prevented for so long are being turned loose, and those hells are legion. Comically, Germany finally sees the chance it has been waiting for to re-establish a totalitarian state under ironically different auspices, not Aryan but deliberately, savagely mongrel, to be held in check in perpetuity not by stormtroopers but by paralyzing technocratic bureaucracies that subjugate a population which believes in nothing at all but their fears about the future. Which isn't going to work because Germany still has ancient enemies to the east that will overcome them sooner or later, as well as an implacable enemy to the south, which has also been biding its time waiting for the right conditions to invade and destroy the arrogant north. What are those conditions, you might ask? European nations that have become so self-centered, lazy, and passionless that they cannot even reproduce at a level sufficient to sustain their populations. The southern enemy has not forgotten how to reproduce and they are moving northward to fill the vacuum created by impotent French, S&M Germans, gay Brits, and abortion-obsessed women. Not all the conquests will be military or nuclear, but there will be nuclear events in the ponderable future. And even if there aren't nuclear events, outstanding substitutes are already in place. Witness the hoaxed existential threats in the form of climate change and pandemics that are being publicized in order to steal more money and liberty from ignorant serfs while replacing what has been stolen with ever-swelling fears. Climate change is no threat to the human race. Most warming events in climate history have improved more lives than they have cost. Pandemics are no real threat to the human race either. All of the panic and masking and scurrying around in response to the COVID-19 panic hasn't dented the world population. Fatalities remain in the range of fractions of 1%. But that doesn't stop scientific con men from demanding newer and heavier tinfoil hats for the peons. Fear is the principal weapon of control in any totalitarian state. It is the essential coin of conquest, fear of death, fear of unrestrained government, fear of any kind of uncertainty, all these facilitated by the gradual elimination of joy in individual lives. More than fear, it's the elimination of joy that makes it impossible for me to sleep anymore. Everything which used to nourish, entertain, educate, and free me into the realm of hopeful speculation is gone. None of the old books, movies, music, art, and cultural traditions represent any kind of peaceful retreat for me anymore because they have been so pissed on, vandalized in memory as much as any statue in the park, that the certainty of their demise in the nation's legacy among the hopelessly ignorant and offensive young makes them seem like so many cardboard boxes of junk auctioned for pennies at estate sales. So much of their real spiritual value lay in the fact that the personal experience of them was exponentially enhanced by the sense of them being shared by so many others, past and future. That feeling of sharing, which made a radio marathon like a Stones A to Z weekend so much more fun than today's iTunes list fed to your head by earbuds, is gone, for me, forever. Even personal memories are damaged to an enormous extent. So many people with whom I once had fine and joyous memories have over the years succumbed to the ills of our time, greed, ambition, drugs, bitterness, and defeat that now it's hard to remember what was good about them in the first place. Even the memories that are so old they were not poisoned by our deranged present have been transformed, it seems, into some naive fantasy that isn't real enough to believe anymore. Maybe they were make-believe in the first place. After all, haven't we been taught ruthlessly by the psych experts that all families are dysfunctional, all marriages crumble into dull resentment, all happiness is a delicate light bulb waiting to be smashed, and everyone you thought you knew and loved was almost certainly entirely unknown to you? These phenomena have been happening to us residents of the modern age for a long time now. Why the present preferred state of consciousness in our era is unconsciousness, a realm explored and charted in astonishing detail by the existentialists after World War I. Anything which can penetrate that state is to be avoided. Forget ideals. Get money, power, nice cars, and friends with benefits. Forget professional pride. The job of teachers is to keep fighting for bigger pensions, not educating the uneducable. The job of lawyers is to get convictions and plea deals, and die alone. The job of doctors is to make money, beat those malpractice suits, and rotate your friends with benefits. Forget public service. Get elected, get re-elected, forget your constituents but don't forget about those pensions. Forget God. He isn't there. Forget the afterlife. It isn't there. There is only one commandment: if you can get away with it, do it, because there is no penalty. There used to be an American dream. Then there was an American delusion that we could be brave and benevolent enough to keep the rest of the world from doing what they are doing right now. Now there is just an American Alzheimer's syndrome. Nothing to forget because nothing to remember, because it's all always just been shit anyway, and so fuck it all.